Call the member for Balmain. Assistant Speaker.
Are you assistant? Thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. I'll make sure that I get that right, because I remember that last night it caused some consternation. I'm going to write it actually here. Assistant Speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. Assistant Speaker. Yeah, there should be a sign there that says that. Mr. Assistant Speaker, thank you very much. I'm rising to speak to the Electricity Generator Authorised Transaction Bill amendments. As you know, Mr. Assistant Speaker, we Greens opposed this. We opposed the bill, the original bill, when it was proposed by Labor, and we have opposed this original bill now it's proposed by the Coalition. I did want to ask just a few questions, if I could, about the amendments. I know there was some discussion in the upper house, and I'd ask the Treasurer to address this in his reply, about the 4-year protection. If you look at the amendments, Clause 15, employment guarantee of employees transferred to private sector maintenance of apprenticeships, Section 3, the objective subsection is to provide an additional job maintenance guarantee because of the transfer of electricity generator assets under this Act by way of sale, the standard period of 2 years. So my question, and I'm glad the Treasurer is here, because I know there was some discussion in the upper house about this, does this protection allow for only 2 years of protection if the transfer is by way of long-term lease? Because I understand that it is 4 years by way of sale. So if I may, Mr. Assistant Speaker, ask the Treasurer to address that question, because if it is a fact, and I know there was some debate about it in the other place, if it is a fact, from a worker's perspective, there is no real difference if the asset is under long-term lease or if it's sold. And I understand that these amendments are designed to support the workers of those facilities. If the Treasurer could address that question about long-term leasing only providing 2 years and sale, which is specified in the amendments, providing 4 years. Because the amendments, by and of themselves, are actually positive amendments. The difficulty that I have, and I'm sure many in the House have, is that this arrangement is part of a broader a deal or arrangement with the Shooters and Fishers Party, which many of you have heard discussed today, which people here know the view of the Greens on, which we do not support. We don't think that that arrangement is an appropriate arrangement. The financial arrangement, as discussed by the Telegraph, the shooters in national parks, and also any other arrangements that the government has made, we don't think are acceptable. So while these amendments by themselves are positive, subject to the discussion with the Treasurer, it seems to me, Mr. Assistant Speaker, they shouldn't be supported. And I'll be speaking very briefly on this matter and probably conclude in the next minute or two, because we have heard some discussion that today is a very important day, and it's a threshold day, and for many voters it is. Because when this basic arrangement was proposed by the Labor Party, the Coalition opposed it. And when the Coalition proposed it, the Labor Party opposed it. So people are asking questions, what do people believe in? And this is one of the issues that's highlighted in my electorate around this issue, is does Labor support privatisation or not? Well, they kind of do and they kind of don't. They do when we're in government, but when we're in opposition, we don't. And when it comes to the Coalition, do they oppose privatisation? Well, they opposed it when it came last time, but now they don't. And this is... Come on. Well, we hear the interjections that didn't go to a vote, but we know the government opposed. So the reason why I raise this, Mr. Assistant Speaker, the reason why I raise this, Mr. Temporary Speaker, is that it goes to the heart of what politics means for people in this state, and that we should be dealing with these matters, which are important matters. They're obviously philosophical matters, and they're matters of principle for many people. We should be dealing with them as such, and not political footballs to kick around to score points against the other side. So I take these amendments on face value. The question that I asked Mr. Assistant Speaker, I hope the Treasurer will be able to answer. As I mentioned, I will not be supporting the amendments because of the connection they have to the other arrangements, additional funding as reported, shooting in national parks. But I would like that question addressed if I could, Mr. Assistant Speaker, and I thank the House for the opportunity to address this matter.
The question is the amendments be agreed to.